I'm going to need it this morning.
Nice. Well, you know what time it is.
Yeah, welcome back to the Dozens.
And the Dozens. Welcome back to the back corner.
We're glad you're here. This is the earliest we have ever recorded in the morning.
Yeah.
And so if Brent and I sound like we're struggling, we're not. It's just early.
It's the morning radio voice.
Yes. It's the I just rolled out of bed voice.
Yeah, no, I've been up for a while, but haven't been talking.
Yeah.
So
when did you get up?
6-ish.
That's
my usual.
That's a couple hours. That's not bad.
Yeah.
We're recording early because we have special guests on today that we're going to introduce in just a minute.
Yes.
But as always, we do the obligatory like and subscribe and share and visit the website and comment and all that stuff you're supposed to do.
Yeah, do all those things.
Make the algorithm happy.
Yeah, please. And you have been. Thank you. Thank you. Those of you who are commenting, I like seeing the YouTube comments, the Spotify comments. It's good fun. So
speaking of comments and sharing stuff, the season finale approacheth.
Yes.
We're only 2 episodes away, and we want your questions, your comments for Brent and Melanie and me and my wife Kelly.
Maybe some dogs.
My dog will almost certainly be on, and Brent's dog will be on as long as he can behave for.
We're debating. It could go very, very
I think
poorly.
Speaking of dogs.
Yeah?
We have a gift from one of the Dozens.
All right.
Our friend Robin, who supports our dogfulness. So this gift is for...
it's for Lewis?
That's for Lewis. She decided to go rogue and make her own...
No way!
Yeah, back corner themed merch.
That's amazing. It's a bandana.
So we got these Ask Me About the Nephilim shirts. And
to the crowd.
This is Ask My Dad About the Nephilim.
This is going on my dog.
Yeah, and she actually had a hoodie made for my tiny little dog.
Well, we'll have to put these on them on the.
Oh, totally.
On the
they're gonna have to rock them on the actual pod. So thanks for sending us gifts, members of the Dozens. That's become a tradition, and I'm okay with it.
That episode, if we bring these dogs, it's gonna be. They're gonna have to do you could do a drinking game of how many times they say, "Lewis, sit down." Lewis, shut up. Just yell.
That is the difference between a golden retriever and a naked chihuahua.
We could set up a mic and put some peanut butter on it, and he might just sit there and lick it.
We get a fake mic for him. What a good boy.
Yes.
Well, we mentioned, it's super early in the morning because our guests
is exciting.
It's pretty wild. They are coming to us live from Mongolia.
Yes.
For those of you who didn't know, Mongolia is an actual real place.
Yeah.
It's not a made up, it seems like one of those outer Splabovia kind of made up countries, I think, to some people. But no, it's Mongolia. I mean, Mongolians live there.
When you get into the history of the empire.
Oh, yeah.
It is kind of like.
Aren't the Mongols the only people who ever conquered Afghanistan? I believe the only foreign army that's ever actually conquered Afghanistan.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the only ones, but they definitely did.
I think the Soviets couldn't do it. The Americans couldn't do it.
Yeah. Just Genghis Khan or Kublai Khan. I don't know.
Is it
Genghis?
Is it Genghis or Genghis or Genghis? What's the for people who are the closest?
If you're an English speaker, it's Genghis.
Okay.
If you're Mongolian, it's Chinggis.
Chinggis, like a ch in it.
Chinggis Khan.
I'm going to be honest with you. That sounds like a thing you get in trouble for calling someone.
Hey,
this guy's a real Chinggis.
Let me flex my 8 a.m. brain.
All right.
His name is Temujin. Is that right?
Yes. Good.
Hey.
Nice work.
There you go. Somebody's been listening to the rest of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, we should do a proper intro.
Yeah, let's do a proper introduction.
All right, here we go.
Cory and Jennifer Ellison are graduates of Kingswood University, where I always referred to them as Sacramento and Sister. Cory introduced me to the delightfully quirky musical stylings of the band Cake, and I introduced him to the wonder that is the mini sip. Jennifer and I both ended up taking some first-year courses together when I was in my last year and she was in her third. Between her incredible notes and my memory for things I've heard, we got through them together. Now, Cory and Jennifer are married and have a wonderful daughter, Leanna, and live in Mongolia. Yes, Mongolia. We'll talk about how they got there and what they're doing as we go. But first, please give a world-dominating welcome to Cory and Jennifer Ellison.
Wow.
That's how we do them around here.
You are introduced.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You made her blush all the way in Mongolia.
Yeah. That's my first worldwide blush. Right?
Yes. Yeah, that's good. It's good. You keep getting better at these intros.
I'm available
man.
for
I'm
weddings
impressed.
and bar mitzvahs.
I'm
Any
impressed.
place you need to be introduced.
We need to get you a suit.
Yeah.
So you can
I
drop
do.
the mic. We need a mic that drops
Totally,
down
we need a-
for this.
Captain Ron, can you
Captain
make a
Ron.
note of that? We need a mic that drops down from the ceiling.
Ron's going to have a little
Noted.
pulley over there.
Like a fishing rod just over a cheap little. I love it. Well, today's sponsor actually is the Ellisons. They're doing some really cool work there in Mongolia that you'll hear more about later, and we'll share with you how you can support that as we
Yes.
get further into our time together. But they're doing super cool stuff, and you're going to hear all about it. But first,
Ron, what are we researching today?
Simple question: rice or potatoes?
rice or
Rice
potatoes?
potatoes. All right. It's going to divide the dozens.
It will.
I'm usually neither.
Yeah.
They're all too carby for me, but if I had to pick, I'm going rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You guys got any preferences, rice or potatoes?
Both of them together.
Oh, really?
Like mixed together?
Like in a curry, a good curry,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
like a potato curry over rice.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
All right.
Fair.
That's a loophole, but I'm going to accept it.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good hack. Yeah.
Depends on how the potatoes are made.
Yeah.
I like them
What
growing
kind
in
of
the
potatoes
ground.
they are. Well, sure.
Not half.
Are they French fries? Are they mashed? Are they hash browns?
They're both
Are they
very
home fries?
versatile, but I think potatoes are they're wildly versatile.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Rice is just it's kind of flat. There's not a lot you can do
put
with
it in
it.
or with a lot of stuff, but you kind of only cook it.
You
one
can.
way.
Yeah, but
Yes.
let's crank things up and go kind of global apocalyptic scenario. Then it's rice all day. I mean, rice.
Sure. It's
rice,
got more
rice is
calories
lasting.
per gram.
It's
Yeah.
lasting. It's cheaper. Easier to make.
You
It's
can
got-
make mochi out of it.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. But it's harder to
Yeah,
grow.
and-
though.
No, it's more energy dense, like more energy per acre of land than almost any other vegetable. That's why Asia is so populous.
But you got to like flood
There
it
you
and all
go.
that kind of stuff, right?
Rice is the key to
Oh, yeah.
Asia's population. Is that's
Yeah.
wow. So we need
Yeah.
more rice. Rice fields
I mean,
in New Brunswick.
yeah.
That'd be
In the rice
amazing.
fields of New Brunswick.
In
I would say
the
these
Penobscot
days
rice fields.
I eat more rice than potatoes, but really the only time I eat rice is with sushi. But if I'm just going pure joy factor, the Irish in me, the Mainer in me, I got to go potatoes.
Yeah.
There's a
Even the way you just said it.
potatoes. A baked potato with like just butter and sour cream, and
the spud
mustard pickles, and
in that red mud.
going down the highway smiling. The spuds are big. You guys Stompin' Tom Connors fans by any chance?
Is he big in Mongolia?
How big is Stompin' Tom? Can we go on Spotify, see how many streams he has in Mongolia? There's one like Canadian engineer who's there on a contract who's got him on repeat.
24/7. That'll be in his top 4, which we'll hit
you
later.
Corey, you would enjoy Stompin' Tom
I'll check them out.
because he's so ridiculous.
So you said Corey, you're from Sacramento originally? Did you say
Yeah.
Yeah, Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Sacramento.
And Jennifer, where are you from originally?
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay, so you're not Stompin' Tom people to begin with.
No, they only would have. Their only shot would have been hearing about him when they were at Kingswood.
He's an
Yeah.
institution here
yeah.
in Atlantic, Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
the good old
Yeah,
hockey
what's the band
game.
you listen to?
Great Big C.
Yeah,
Great
she
Big
was
Sea.
Oh, yeah.
big into Great Big Sea. Yeah,
Great Big
and
Sea is like
who's
the pop version.
Dan Rogers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Ah, for
You got culture.
just one time.
Get
Yeah.
cultured in your time here. I'm impressed.
I would say,
Yeah, and
I would say
what was the
Stompin'
other one?
Tom.
What was the other band? It was they had an android on their cover or something. I don't know. It
You're
doesn't
asking the
matter.
wrong person.
I am. Okay.
Stompin' Tom is if you love the kind of rawness of it all and
yeah.
aren't that worried about musicianship.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a guy who's made an entire career off unpopular novelty songs.
Yeah,
Well, he's
The Sudbury Saturday.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
a great one.
Sudbury.
absolutely.
Sudbury Saturday night. That's
Oh, the girls are out to bingo and the boys are getting stingled. His whole shtick was he would play, like he'd play in these bars and stuff, and he would stomp on the ground with his cowboy boots while he played so hard he would actually wear holes in the stage. And so he would come with like a 2 foot by 2 foot sheet of plywood to stand on. And you watch like a live concert of him, and by about the third song, literally chunks are starting to come off it. It's the craziest thing. He'd stomp right through him.
I'm trying to pull back. Like, if you want to, like, if you got a kid that's trying to learn Canadian provincial geography, his song "All My Friends and Me."
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to remember the exact lyric, but it goes through all the provinces. We're on all my friends and me, or my stomping grounds. Yeah. And you'll have found the stomping grounds of all my friends and me.
There it is.
Something PEI.
It's all just like mentioning names of places.
Alberta, Manitoba.
They also had the roving all over the land. That's another one.
All right, we should move on.
I mean, I think the dozens can appreciate some good Stompin' Tom references, but
We'll have to do a Stompin' Tom segment someday.
we totally should. I think maybe he should be our exit music. There's no way he has enough money to sue us if we use his copyrighted music.
He's dead. He's from St. John.
Yeah.
I mean, we should.
You ever heard his song "My Home in New Brunswick and Mary"?
No.
Yeah.
I'll check it out
Name
later.
drop Sussex. Pretty cool song.
Probably the only song Sussex is in.
Probably. I had a friend in high school whose dad was friends with Stompin' Tom.
Really?
And she said it wasn't weird in her childhood to wake up at like 11 o'clock or midnight to the sound of Stompin' Tom in her kitchen. And
Really?
and her dad playing and singing together.
No way.
Yeah, he would just stop in when he was drifting through.
She'd hear the stomp.
Yep, just the 145, the relative minor if he was getting frisky, but
He was
he was feeling real artistic that day. Yeah. All right. So we got a segment whenever we have a lady on.
For man. 1 giant leap for mankind.
Whenever we have a lady on, we love to take the opportunity to get a little insight or wisdom or guidance for all the men in the audience. So, Jennifer, what advice do you have for all mankind?
See, I don't have advice, but one of the challenges of being a woman in a male-dominated field is that I have to think of my gender, or I think of my gender way more than you guys ever do. So, like, even the fact that because I'm a minority, I was asked that question, right? Like, as a guest, I was asked that question, which Cory wasn't asked because, well, we know what men think. Men don't have to think about
This
their
podcast
gender
generally
all-
has a lot of dude energy
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so just I think about my gender way more often than you guys think about yours as it relates to work.
It's good heads up.
probably-
good heads up.
That gets tiring.
I would
That's
say,
all
though,
of us
this is
do that.
the third
Yesterday.
this is the third episode in a row that we've had a woman.
I was actually just thinking we're probably gonna have to phase this one out because we're doing this too often. There's just not. I can't
Good job.
absorb this much advice.
We've been looking for
Well,
advice. but
to be fair, Jennifer, like we were disproportionately male guests with male audience.
We
And
do
so-
have a
Yeah.
30% female audience.
We are now
Yeah.
30%
30% female.
there you
audience.
go.
So
there you go. 30%.
So it was more a chance for women to be heard when you've got a captive audience of dudes. So
Yeah.
it's not some like DEI effort here. It's more.
So
not really
I would,
my jam.
A real piece of advice would be that statistically, one of the most helpful ways to help women achieve is a male sponsor. Like in ministry fields, in church or male-dominated fields, it's harder for women to build relationships with men because a lot of men are afraid of women, whether they would say it that way or not. And so it takes a man inviting them along with them, and a man introducing them to people, and a man, like a male sponsor, to introduce them and network for them. So be that person. Go out of your way
great.
to introduce women to men.
Yeah, no, that's good.
There you go.
I mean, we've talked about that in the past on this podcast about like the Billy Graham rule and stuff, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing and all that. I got to guess what Jennifer thinks about that. But yeah, no, it's great.
I have a whole list of opportunities I've been denied because of the Billy Graham rule.
Yeah.
One of them, there was a trip I couldn't go on unless I brought my husband with me as a chaperone, basically.
Wow. That's insulting.
Yeah, because the other guy wasn't going to bring his wife. So my option was to bring my husband.
Got you.
And
I've often been told I need
so.
to be chaperoned.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general, has nothing to do with gender, and I just should be allowed out on my own.
You just need a leash.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we got some strong opinions going here, so we might as well jump on to our second segment.
Yeah, this is we haven't done this in a while.
No, we haven't.
I got a hot take for us today too.
Awesome. So this is an all play. This is a hill I'll die on. So this is an irrationally strong opinion that I hold, or a subjective preference I'll fight for. Like it's the objective truth. It's probably not actually important, but it is a hill I'll die on.
Yeah.
So Brent, you got one. Go
You
for
want me
it.
to kick it off?
Yeah, kick it off.
All right.
Set the tone.
I'm gonna make some enemies here.
Do it.
If I have friends. I'm gonna make some spandex laden enemies right now. Actually, so I think that cyclists should not be on main roads.
Yes.
I am tired of driving around you like someone's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though, and again, I know we got cyclists, they got all their opinions on why it's safer. It's not. It's just not. I think the argument is if they're on the sidewalk, then pedestrians are in danger. But I have a feeling that it's easier for a cyclist to not hit a pedestrian than a car to not hit you, or the car that they're veering out towards trying not to hit you.
Or the pedestrian that they end up hitting trying to avoid you.
Yeah, I don't get it. I get it if it's like a country road, but on a main like throughway, what business do you have, especially biking uphill?
Yes.
You're going 40 kilometers an hour less than the traffic. Get off the road. That's my opinion.
If you were in a car, everyone would say that was unsafe.
Yes.
Because you're going too slow.
Well, originally my hill to die on was it's more dangerous to drive below the speed limit than above it. But then I got thinking, who the real problem is? Cyclists. So I have very good friends that are cyclists that cycle on the road, and I think you should be on the sidewalk.
I agree, and I think the potential damage of a cyclist hitting a pedestrian is so much lower than the potential damage.
Yes.
Like, what are the odds?
Talking bumps and bruises versus death.
Right, exactly. Like, you've never heard of, I was walking down the street. My cousin was walking on the sidewalk, and a guy on a bike ran into him, and that's how we lost him.
Yeah, now...
the funeral's on Thursday.
Maybe in a big city like Kalamazoo, or
full of granola crunching hippies like Sacramento.
Or Sacramento, like maybe like in a downtown area where traffic is moving no more than 20 kilometers an hour, then I can concede. But in like St. John, New Brunswick, when traffic is going 60 minimum, get off the road.
Are there a lot of cyclists in Ulaanbaatar? And did I pronounce that right?
Yes, absolutely. You pronounced it correctly.
Perfect.
Keep pronouncing it that way.
I think I'm being trolled here.
I think so too. The other listener there is going to get it.
I saw cyclists hit someone on a sidewalk yesterday.
Yeah. People cycle here, but it's stupid.
There's no safe place for a cyclist.
No.
Are there
here.
safe?
There's no.
Are there safe places for cars or pedestrians?
No.
Cars? No. No.
It's just not safe.
There's just no safe
Travel
place.
is not safe.
Come
period.
to Ulaanbaatar. There's no safe place.
Yeah. Well, I get that. Like I've been in Haiti. It's just a free for all.
Yep.
You got bikes, motorcycles,
goats,
guys running rickshaw. Like you got all of it.
Yep.
And so fine. But here, you're just sticking your neck out where
and
it
there's
doesn't need to
adequate
be.
sidewalk. I like it.
And
I'm
it's
with
really
you.
hilly where you guys are.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
it's
the
really
other
hard
thing.
to bike. The hills make biking difficult.
Yeah. Just the other day, Melanie and I driving up Hampton Road, nice big long hill coming up to the church, and there's a cyclist. He's trying, but he may be going 15 kilometers an hour, and both of us just spouted off like a couple old ornery jerks, just like get off the road, get off.
That's
What's
the beauty
he
of
doing
marriage.
on the
You
road?
can get old and be mad
Totally.
at
We were
people
mad
together.
about it together. It was great. It was a good moment.
along with that, this is not but I'm just going to pile on and say there is a level of proficiency you need to have as a cyclist to justify the outfit.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, they shave their
Absolutely.
legs. The men shave their legs that cycle.
Yeah. Which, hey, you know what? If you're representing your country at some international meet, shave away. But if this is just how you get a little exercise twice a week, like, buddy, you don't need that level of aerodynamic.
I feel like we need to get Jeff Cook back in the back corner to defend himself.
Is he go do the full gear?
Oh, he's a big cyclist. He's got the nice gear, and
Really?
I mean, they do cover a lot. Like they go, but
Yeah.
just get off the road.
I see some people that you're like, this looks like your third time on a bike and you're fully decked out in the head to toe.
Oh yeah,
Spandex and everything's hugging and whatever. And it's just, I don't get it.
yeah.
You guys got any hills you'll die on?
Tacos or sandwiches?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a hot take.
Does it matter soft shell or hard shell?
That's a hot take.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. It's filling in between bread.
What about
Just like
a hot dog?
yeah, hot dog sandwich.
Really?
So
Hamburger
but
sandwich?
is a corn like a corn shell?
Yeah.
That's not bread though,
It
is
doesn't
it?
matter. It's made out of flour. Yeah.
I
it's
suppose
flour and
corn
water and-
flour. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure
Boys,
about that.
I don't know, that's a tough one.
I don't. Ron, you got a take on that?
I mean,
I think it's wrong.
I ordered what was it? A hot sandwich out at Adair's one time,
Yeah.
and it was one piece of bread with the sandwich fillings, and then there
Nothing.
was no other piece of
Open
bread
face.
That's an open
with
face
gravy
sandwich.
on top of it.
Yeah.
Open face.
So not a sandwich.
But it was called a sandwich. So at that point, I said, "Well, a taco's a sandwich."
Is that a pizza sandwich?
So you
Yeah,
could-
pizza's a sandwich.
You,
Anything's a sandwich.
you could argue that pizzas. If you fold it over,
Then is a calzone a sandwich
Right.
sandwich? Is that
No,
double
a
sandwich?
calzone is a pasty.
Is a what?
A calzone is like a pasty. What are they called? Dumpling.
But
Is
isn't
it-
isn't a dumpling a sandwich then?
No, that's different. It's all enclosed.
I feel like the taco,
So there has to be
A
an
burrito's
opening.
a dumpling.
Okay.
I feel
so
like the
a burrito
taco-
is because you fold in the edges. No, there's a consistent
I like
logic
it.
here. There's a consistent logic.
I gotta.
I'm not saying I agree with it.
I
but
gotta
it's
stand
consistent.
up for the docenas,
Okay.
the dozens in Spanish.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
And
I don't
just
speak Spanish.
docenas,
Okay.
or maybe docenas. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's anyway. I feel like
Doce.
docenas.
Corey, you're probably the closest
I
to knowing
feel-
Spanish here because you're from California. What do you think?
Is dozens docenas? I'm pretty sure.
It just sounds like
I
you
don't know
have two
how to
places to poop
pluralize
from.
dozens.
No.
Okay,
In any case, I feel like our Latin listeners,
Mm-hmm.
like taco is its own category.
Now,
However-
see, I think if an open face sandwich isn't a sandwich, then a corn shell taco
don't-
isn't.
Real Latinos don't
Well, if
do
an
corn
open face
shell.
sandwich isn't a sandwich, then a taco's not a sandwich either.
Well, I
But
would say a soft.
it's an open
I would
face
say a
sandwich.
soft shell is because you wrap it more.
I
Does
don't
it have
think
to be closure, openness?
I don't think Latinos even count corn to tortillas. That's not a thing. Like the hard, crusty ones. They
No,
don't-
they do soft corn tortillas.
that's all.
which are horrible.
That's all
Right.
they do though. The corn thing is like Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Like the crunchy tacos.
crunchy ones, that's a Taco Bell.
That's an
invention.
American thing. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other thing I saw the
Yeah,
other day.
but
said
they've always
taco-
been. It's always the soft corn shell,
Yeah.
corn tortilla.
Yeah, I don't. Corn
Yeah.
tortillas are
Free
gross.
taco.
I'm just.
I
gonna
like it. That's a good take, Corey.
All right. You got one,
on.
Jennifer? A hill you'll die on?
Yeah. Fiction should never be set in the past or in fake worlds. Like fiction
What?
should happen now.
Oh.
Fiction
Oh.
should happen now.
So no historical
Yeah.
fiction, no fantasy,
No.
no Narnia, no
No.
Middle Earth.
Oh,
No.
No,
Oh.
terrible.
no,
It's
a long,
okay.
long
You can
time
just
ago
call it
in a
terrible.
galaxy far, far away.
this interview is over.
So if you're looking to support a ministry, I want you to find somebody else.
Why do you think that?
Because they're awful to read.
Oh no,
A good medieval murder mystery.
Oh man.
Yeah, there is the Venn diagram of pop culture and fun things that Jennifer and I like has this little tiny sliver in the middle where we intersect.
I like how you are gently distancing yourself from her.
I respect that.
The opinions shared on this podcast are not necessarily those of the husband.
Yeah.
It's true though, and he is raising our daughter correctly.
Yeah,
my
Leanna
hot take being not correct.
She seems like she'd be all about swords and dragons and all that tomfoolery.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, she seems like a good kid.
Do you like poetry?
Yeah, we
What?
Do you like poetry?
like poetry,
Yeah.
I want to get you
but not fanciful
go on a
poetry.
deep dive on a gentleman, Anglican priest named Malcolm Guite. Get into his poetry, and he may open the door to the beauty and value of myth, and how myth. Okay, go ahead.
I can be on board with myth, but like reading for fun.
So my other hot take is that we should do more fiction reading in leadership development than
Agreed.
nonfiction.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah,
Because
as
you'll
long as
learn
it's
more
set
about
in the current
perseverance.
day.
Yeah.
No, sure.
So
Yeah.
what's the time? Like when does it expire? Because like if I write something current day today,
Did it have to be current to when it was
20
written, or
years-
current to when you're living?
You have no category for timeless fiction, or fiction that can be classic.
So
There's no
every
classic.
fiction book should have a best before date on the back of it.
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Because you come with those little the little things you put on bread.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got, like if it's blue, it's it
And you
tells
can like open it up and sniff it. And you're like, I think it's still good. I think it's got 6 months beyond the expiry date or
Oh
whatever.
man, read Frankenstein.
I just-
Castle is still okay, right?
Oh yeah. That's true.
What's-
the
what-
one exception would be there's one Ella Montgomery book, the author of Anne of Green Gables. The Blue Castle is timeless fiction.
Okay.
See, I think there you go. You've got the muscle in there, and you just need to
To exercise
you
that a
need
little.
to exercise it a little
Yeah.
bit and realize that the best fiction transcends time, and it points to the true myth, the myth that all good story actually points to, which we're
Brent's
all in.
passionate about this.
Oh man, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
what was this
you're
book
just-
again that you were saying, Jennifer? The Blue Tower?
The Blue Castle.
The Blue Castle. Is it better than Anne of Green Gables?
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty hot
That's
take
a hot
right
take
there.
too. That is.
That's a twofer.
yeah.
I mean, it's the same author.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
But,
most people
yeah.
don't even know that she wrote other books.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Also,
she
what's her
did,
thing
and the
with
Blue
colors?
Castle is the best.
Green Gables, Blue Castles.
Hey, maybe there's a whole ethos.
Her
to,
shtick is just a color and a structure.
I bet you the color means something.
There's a purple tent book.
Yeah.
There's a
The pink house.
red garage. Yeah. So the hill I'm going to die
All right,
on,
let's get it.
maybe not quite as hot a take, but I think you should always introduce yourself to someone who introduces themselves to you, even if you have every reason to believe they know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
do
not
that.
a hot take. That's a very mild, lukewarm take.
Pure common courtesy. This is something AJ just discovered.
No, I always
thing
do
he's
it,
doing.
and people always say to me, "He's like, I know who you are," but I'm like,
Yeah.
how arrogant is it though to just be like, "Well, yes, it's lovely to meet you, and you clearly know who I am." So
Yeah, and I also,
We're not famous, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I always do that too. But I also, it's not just not assuming that you know who I am, but I think it takes, if they do know who you are, I think it levels the playing field.
Oh, yeah,
where
no,
it's
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want you to think of me as the guy you saw
Yeah.
preach or whatever. I want
Totally.
you to think of me as, hey, I'm Brent.
yeah, I'm not assuming. I mean, I know they know who I am.
Yeah.
but I'll still say it.
I usually lead with, hi, I'm Reverend Doctor Apostle King
Bishop.
Bishop Ingersoll.
Yeah, that's only.
That's typically what I lead.
Well, they
with.
need to know that. That's
Yeah.
important for people.
In
to
fact,
know.
before we hit record, that's what I told these guys.
In
to
in
call me.
Mongolia, has the whole coming up with titles other than like pastor caught on yet? You got like apostles and overseers and bishops and all these weird. That's a thing here. Guys are making up all these titles for themselves.
No, it's primarily like pastor,
Yeah.
servant, but not in like It's just that's what the word literally translates as, and then like chief leader.
Nice.
Yes, director.
Chief.
Yeah, directors. You might have a plaque on your desk that says director.
Okay.
It doesn't have your name on it, just says director.
I kind of like
Yeah,
that.
they're not
I do too.
super title heavy,
Yeah,
That's cool.
which is fast.
unless you're at the very top.
Well, yeah, then it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go for chief. You can call me chief if you want.
Yeah, I think we got a captain over there. Now we got a chief,
We got to get something for you next.
first mate.
Yeah. Comrade.
Well, there we go. So we got to do a little. We got to spend a little time on some conspiracies here.
These guys are good sports.
That's why I wanted them on.
To go into hot takes from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, what do they got to lose? No one's going to come to their house.
That's
no one knows
true.
where they live.
Hey, how dare you say a taco is a sandwich?
So you get this on your door. Some guy, look, I drove all the way here.
Yeah, drove. Can you imagine?
Stowed away on a cargo ship. This is like 6 years from now. I don't have a lot of money, but I do know this. Taco is not a sandwich.
Have a good day, sir.
Slam the door and walk away. I love it. Well, I thought it might be fun to have a little chat today. We've bumped up against this a couple of times, but I want to talk about dragons. Because we have a chance. We've talked about how they show up in mythology all over the world, and I want to get the Mongolian take on it. But first, on the subject of dragons, this is a clip I shared with you, Brent, a little while ago. It's this guy has figured everything out, and we got to check out this clip. It's gonna open the eyes of the dozens to things they never could have imagined. Why don't you roll that, Ron?
There's one last dragon. There is one, Ghidorah. It's from space. He's an alien that came down here to fight, and then he got frozen, and they're saying it's because of the ice age. And so that's why they're like so upset about global warming, because they know if that dragon thaws out, because what happens in the Bible? A dragon thaws out, and he takes over the world. What happens in every single culture? There's dragons on every single civilization on this planet has a picture of a dragon.
So you're saying Republicans want to melt the ice?
Wow, just
Yeah, because
jumping
they're
everywhere.
Because they're lizards.
That's why they don't want us remaking dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's why they keep trying to put out this propaganda about Jurassic Park. They're all going to eat us, but no, they helped us fight them, the Bigfoots, the Yetis. Like, we all got together. We all spoke one language. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm lying?
No, I agree with you.
There are pyramids that go directly in Egypt that line up with Orion's belt, right?
Yes.
Orion's belt. They line up with Orion's belt, which is a white dwarf, which is made out of diamonds. And you need diamond and gold to travel in space, right? So interdimensional travel, they will put a diamond in there to go up there. So I think the fight happened where they broke the trace, because if you think about Orion's belt, who is Orion the hunter? Who's Orion hunter fight? The bull. But if you really take a good drawing of the bull that has a red eye, it looks like a dragon. Instead, they just drew it like a Taurus to say like, oh, this is Taurus, but it's a dragon. Orion was fighting the dragon with his two dogs, but I think there were actually dinosaurs that beat the dragon, and that's why they don't have interdimensional travel. But if you think, if you line up when the Anunnaki were supposed to be on this planet.
Oh my goodness.
If you line up when the Anunnaki supposed to be on the planet, and you Google the distance it takes to get light years away, it's the exact same time. They only came here for gold, because gold is the only metal that does not do
but what do they need the gold for?
To build the satellite. That's why we use gold for everything. That's why gold will never have a standard. That's why there's no more gold that can ever be made. They go to planets and they try to have this dimensional travel, but then the dragon came over from the red giant, Canis Major, flew over to there, came down to America with these octopus and
just let him cook.
And they tried to take us over, but with the dinosaurs' help,
you're saying we need the dinosaurs.
We need them.
So we need Jurassic Park.
That's what I'm saying. We need Jurassic Park.
No.
The Democrats know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But they try to
everyone
keep
calls
us
me
up.
autistic for liking dinosaurs.
I like the guy with the mustache and the mullet next to him.
Right, yeah. Why do autistic kids automatically know to love dinosaurs? People have to tell you not to like dinosaurs. They have to make a horror movie out of it.
Tell me every day, and you know what I say? You.
Yeah, show me a horror movie with a dragon in it. What do we use dinosaurs for right now? Gasoline. Why are we in war in the Middle East?
Dinosaurs.
Because they know we dig up the remains and we find out what happens. That's why you can't go to the pyramids, because they don't want. They know how to decipher the hieroglyphics. They don't want to tell us that it's all about this dragon.
Wow.
Meanwhile, they're trying to heat up the planet.
How long does this
burning
go?
the fossil fuels, which are dinosaurs, to heat up the planet.
To let the dragon go.
So the dragon can rule us, because they're the lizard
So
people
then-
and they
but-
worship the dragon.
My whole life changed today.
Yeah, good.
I'm glad I came on this religious podcast.
First question.
What is he on?
Yeah, I mean,
He's an awesome
this is a Christian podcast?
I don't know what in the world it is, dude. I
have
just saw
so
that
many
clip,
questions.
and it just blew my mind. This guy has a theory that raccoons and octopuses are actual aliens.
Well, this guy, first and foremost, was taking Adderall intravenous before that clip started. Like that. Wow, that was.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any
I
thoughts?
get the octopus. I get the octopus as an alien. Absolutely. Like, I have no problem with that.
They're highly
But a
intelligent.
raccoon?
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from.
That comes from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think he smoked some weed and watched Guardians.
Rocket.
Thought it was a documentary.
That is. I can't. I'm trying to figure out where to like start.
I love it.
Okay, it's just fun.
It's just
good,
insane.
clean fun.
Here's a more
One more
Sure.
thought before we get into.
Yeah.
How is that podcast production value better than ours? That's the other question I have. It's like they
don't know that it's
clearly
much
have
better.
more listeners and a bigger budget, and I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's what was that 2 minutes? If they can get all that in two, that's a lot of bang for buck. I mean, that guy solved everything.
I guess he did.
Why the Republicans are trying to melt the dragon and the Democrats are trying to stop it.
He talked about the Anunnaki, lizard people.
He worked it all in.
Reptilians.
He shot his shot, man.
I used to work for the lizard people.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, once upon a time.
The Wesleyan Church?
No. During a off ministry time, I was doing customer service for a national child care organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, I got a call from a guy who was wondering why at one of our centers we were doing ritualistic child sacrifice and feeding the children to the snake lizard people.
And what was your answer?
Yeah, why
Did you have a good reason?
were you doing that?
I said, I'm sorry,
question.
I wasn't familiar with this issue. I'll have to check into it. Can I get your phone number and call you back?
Yeah,
and he was like, oh, yeah, okay.
You should have said, I'm going to talk to my supervisors, and if you see a couple men in black show up at your door, you'll know they heard.
I'm going to talk to my boss, but he's currently sunning himself. He can't regulate his own body temperature, so he's laying on a rock outside. But when he gets back in, I'll run it by him.
That is the hottest take on dragons I think I've ever heard, though.
I mean, it's just one of those, like, you just don't know what's coming next.
Going to melt the dragon, and that's the one in Revelation? Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
For a mildly more serious conversation.
Well, he did say dragons show up in every culture.
True.
And that's
something. The whole dragon dinosaur thing. We got one more slightly less frenetic clip.
Got another video.
And then we'll get into a proper conversation.
What if they told us dinosaurs were real to make people forget that dragons may have actually existed? Think about it. Almost every ancient civilization on Earth described dragons. China, Europe, Mesopotamia, the Middle East. Different cultures, separated by oceans, all describing giant serpent-like creatures with nearly identical features. Modern history tells us dragons are fake, but dinosaurs are completely real. Creatures nobody has ever seen alive. Creatures supposedly wiped out millions of years ago. And here's where the theory gets strange. Some researchers question how dinosaur bones are dated at all, because carbon dating is only considered reliable up to around 50,000 years. Yet dinosaurs are said to be millions of years old. And then there's the symbolism. Ancient artwork across the world shows people fighting dragons. Old texts describe flying serpents, fire-breathing beasts, and giant reptilian creatures. Even the Chinese zodiac contains entirely real animals, except for one, the dragon. Why would a completely mythical creature be placed alongside real animals for thousands of years? Unless it wasn't mythical at all. So the question is, were dragons ancient creatures humanity actually encountered? And were dinosaurs created to replace the memory of them?
There we go.
Wow. I think the first question is valid. What are dragons? Why does that show up? Basically, it's ubiquitous.
It is.
Whether they were created, I just don't know why. Like, why would we create dinosaurs as a cover-up for dragons? Like, I feel like
that is a valid
there's
question.
just overlap there. Like, I don't have a problem saying that what people might have thought dragons were may have been dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I also don't need dinosaurs to have existed.
I feel like it's a one of these, like, you're looking for a conspiracy where there could just be an accident.
Yes.
Like, we could be finding bones of dragons, but the idea that people are like, people can't know they were dragons. Let's tell them they were dinosaurs. But are there dragons in Mongolian folklore?
Kind of, but I think via China and other places, like,
Yeah, it's definitely not a strong part.
yeah, like there's a statue by our house that's of an elephant, a monkey, and a rooster. We don't have any of those here. So, I mean, we have animals here that are in stories because of the Buddhist import.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So was Buddhism like the primary religion in Mongolia before the Soviet era?
Ish.
So
Yes.
Buddhism mixed with the native, like, shamanism.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Buddhism's very flexible.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
Well, it's all the yoga.
so. Nice. So, yeah.
Quick for 8 a.m.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Pre-socialism, it was Buddhism mixed with Tingerism, which is the sky religion, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shamanism,
Wow.
animism, all that.
So do you guys have a theory on why every culture has the idea of dragons?
No.
Because they're cool.
Well, that's I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I guess the other option. Sorry, go ahead.
And just that's it. I mean, they're cool. They're like, you can make up a creature that spits fire and flies and has, it's cool. Then all of the heroes have to go vanquish the dragon.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're cool.
But I mean, how do you explain cultures far away from each other coming up with that same idea?
The same basic creature.
I mean, if you want to do a flip flop conspiracy theory,
Asian dragons are completely different than European dragons.
They're not as intimidating, that's for sure. They're short little legs and they're long bodies.
Well, they're short legs. They're long. They don't have wings. They fly differently. They're spirits of the rivers. They're spirits of the mountains. Things like that. That's why in the skyscrapers in China will have big holes in them so that the dragons can fly through them. They're spirit beings.
Yeah.
Whereas in Europe, they were real creatures.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't the spirits of the waters. They were dragons, or they were dinosaurs.
We got to do some research and find out if there are any cultures in the Americas that had dragons.
Yeah, look that up, Ron.
Or Africa, for that matter. Like
we need an official AI sponsor.
We do.
I mean, I use Claude, but I pay. I need Claude. I need Claude to give us.
You want to get some conspiracy theories going? Go ahead and Here's a question though. Flip flop the conspiracy. Not that every culture came up with the idea of dragons anciently, but there was enough of a way going back to like prehistory for civilizations to communicate with each other that the idea of dragons was able to be come up with one place and travel everywhere else.
Yeah.
By some prehistoric communication system or whatever.
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts. Again, these are very half baked.
Well, it's important we solve this.
It's early in the morning. I think. Well, one, there's something to be said about like the spiritual, like even the Asian. What Cory was just saying. Like these are the spirits of the waters and. I do think there may be something to be said about dragons as a manifestation of spiritual forces and powers. So, maybe demonic principalities, manifested themselves to different cultures. So that could be a thing. To go back to the fiction conversation.
To go back to the part where Jennifer was wrong.
Where I was thoroughly offended.
This is why you need to be chaperoned, Jennifer. These hot takes.
That's so. There, like, it's biblical in that, or like let's go back to like the idea of the true myth.
Yeah.
And that like all story is pointing to something that is ultimately true. You know, dragons, at least in Western culture, you know, in European culture and stuff, they represent like the powers, like untamed malevolent power that is fearsome, in that like even the fact that they fly, they're big,
breathe
fire, they have impenetrable scales. Like it's basically
they take all your money.
It's the archetype of evil, basically, like that. It's the thing you fear.
Yeah.
And it represents, like, at least in the Tolkien kind of, you know, mythos, it represents greed. It represents hoarding.
I mean, it literally steals, kills, and destroys.
Yes.
Right?
Which that does tie back into the true myth that we believe, biblically speaking. You know, you go to Revelation, which our boy, I mean, he nailed it.
Oh yeah, no, that was some move over Daryl Johnson. There's a new eschatologist in town.
Excellent. It's excellent. Most excellent eschatologist.
Yeah, totally.
But like that, the dragon is referenced explicitly in Revelation.
Yeah.
And we have talked on this podcast ad nauseum about dispensationalism and that whole vein, and what I believe to be major problems with it. If you take the meaning of Revelation and you look at the dragon is the satanic representation. Yeah. You know, it says, like, when I think it's in Revelation 6, where maybe it's 7, I'm not sure. But you take where it says, you know, the mother gave birth to the son, and the dragon tried to devour him, right? And it even like,
you mean Herod?
Yeah. Well, that's it talking like the gospel. It's using apocalyptic imagery to talk about the gospel.
Dragon bad.
And so my point being, the dragon, biblically speaking, is Satan. It is like, that is who we, you know, that's who the dragon is. Like it's the embodiment of Satan, and he is the power behind the powers. So we could peel back the onion here in Revelation, but you have the beast, and behind the beast is the dragon, right? The beast being, you know, corrupted human powers mixed with principalities and powers. You know, some people say it's Nero, it's the Empire. It could be a lot of things, but it is supposed to represent the dark powers that hover over the world, and behind that power is the dragon pulling the strings, right? And so,
which means he has opposable thumbs.
So he's probably not the Asian dragon.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You can't pull strings with those short little legs.
This dragon has a long arm of tyranny.
Hey, this is something that's fascinating to me. You guys were talking about the way dragons appear in Eastern kind of mythology versus in the West. Kind of, in a lot of ways, mirrors like the worldviews of those two cultures too, where in the West, dragons are far less spiritual. They're more material, and they are to be conquered. And it sounds like, based on the holes in the buildings in China, they're much more spiritual, and you cooperate with them. Like, that seems like there's kind of a, if you look at Buddhism, Hinduism, that kind of stuff, kind of
there's good dragon, or beneficial dragons.
And they don't have, those worldviews don't have the same kind of stark divide between the spiritual and the physical, or the spiritual and the natural, that the West
they're not
does.
necessarily benevolent or malevolent. They exist.
Yeah.
And they're powerful. Yeah. And so you want to stay on the good side of them.
Yeah.
Because if you feed them and make sure that they're taken care of and that they don't get angry at you, then they will leave you alone. And that's really what you want with spiritual powers, is to be left alone.
Or they might help you.
That's true. They might help you.
Sometimes want.
Right. But generally speaking, if you can be left alone, then great.
that's typically how the average person in like the East is viewing spiritual forces, is like you put up a shrine, or do you put up something to ward them off? Is that's kind of what you're getting at? Like,
well, yeah, like
it depends here.
Yeah, I mean, so in Cambodia, they've got, like, when you're building a house, when you tear down the thing, the first thing you build is a little tiny house.
Yes.
On the corner of the plot of land.
Yep.
For the spirits of that plot to go to, so that they don't then go into your house and mess you up.
Wow.
So it's more like how you deal with the mob.
Sure. Yeah.
No, like an extortion scheme.
Build in their own little house.
No. But that whole idea of, like, you're not trying to. If you own
give them what they want,
right? You own a little corner store somewhere, right? You're not trying to be in league with them, but you also don't want to tick them off. So if they need a little bit of protection money, they need their little house on the corner, you just give that to them in the hopes ultimately they'll leave you alone. You're not trying to, like, partner with them from your bodega or whatever, but you also aren't picking a fight with them. Just placate them.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worship. It's just acknowledging that there's something there. I don't want it to mess with me, so I'll build a little house. I'll give it some food every once in a while. Make sure it leaves me alone.
Now I'm picturing a movie where a Cambodian family moves to, like, the kind of western part of the United States, and it's called Little House on the Prairie.
Yes.
And they're settling, and they have to build a little tiny house to go on the corner of
little house in the suburbs.
No. They're out on the prairie, but they have to build a little tiny house for the spirits, so that then they can build their big house.
I got the double entendre there. Yeah. I think so. I'm getting a little more clarity on my explanation here. I believe that dragons are both historically have been demons of varying shapes, sizes, scales, and authorities, all the way ranging up to the great dragon, Satan himself. I also believe that dragons throughout human history could be dinosaurs. Like, you seen an alligator?
Yeah.
It looks like a dragon. So without wings, but maybe they lost their wings.
Well, and that's the thing we keep learning, right? Like for a long time, dragons had dinosaurs had scales, and now they're coming out saying a bunch of them had fur.
They don't know what they're talking about. I don't believe it. I'm out. You don't anything more than maybe
they're not fur. They have feathers.
Maybe
feathers. Feathers.
Because the Tyrannosaurus evolved into the chicken.
Right.
Maybe Jennifer's take on fiction should be applied to science. And that's where we say, if it's not recent, get out of here with this carbon dates to 73 million years old. 73.5 versus 62.
How
accurate
I know
are
they
you?
say, well, because there's a consistent rate of whatever, but you're like, how do you know it's consistent over millions of years?
Based on what?
Right.
Like,
you'd have to bury something now, and then in 7.5 million years, dig it up and test it.
What's the half-life of carbon?
It's the what?
It's the half-life of carbon.
Yeah, but how do we know?
And so they know
how do you know what its half-life is, though? I think is what
over millions of years.
Yeah, is what AJ is getting at. It's like we actually haven't been measuring it up against any actual quantifiable.
We have ministry degrees.
Hey. We are here to speculate and talk about things that we have no business talking about.
Right.
That is what this show is.
It's like what happened here.
I'm sorry. I forgot what we were doing.
This is the back corner, y'all.
No,
in that case, come to Mongolia. We have lots of dinosaur bones here.
Yeah,
so many dinosaurs.
Dragon bones for starters.
You need dragon bones.
Dragon bone.
Yeah.
Some of the malls just have
dragon bones.
Dragon bones in them.
Yeah.
There you go. The Dragon Bone Mall, that's got a ring to it.
I did hear Mongolia is a dinosaur fossil hotbed.
Dinosaur hotspot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is Alberta.
Yeah. Apparently,
So is there oil deposits in Mongolia?
Not really. There's like gold. There's fluorspar. There's there's a mining company out by Sussex once upon a time.
Potash.
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 Yep.
Yeah. They have a mining company here. They've got an operation here.
The same company?
No kidding.
Yeah, the Potash people.
That's cool.
From New Brunswick.
Potacan or something like that was called?
Yeah.
The same people or just the employees from there?
Same people.
Okay.
Cool.
Same
That's
organization.
cool.
Yeah.
Not every day you bump into someone from Penobscot in Mongolia.
From the Squiss, baby. So we're going to talk a bunch about Mongolia, but I did want to ask, are there any other like mythological or even just super weird
what's
creatures?
the weird stuff you
we're
guys
into
have?
we're into weird creatures here.
It's okay that you have a ministry degree.
Yeah.
Speculate. Go nuts.
Real or mythical or maybe both.
So, I mean, there's the stories of the Mongolian death worm, which I'm pretty sure they're just campfire stories. But it's loosely what Frank Herbert based his sandworms on.
Dune.
Yes.
Yeah, they're these red 4 foot, 5 foot long creatures that spit acids and will mess you up. And they're out in the Gobi and they swim around like the sandworms do in Dune.
And is that pretty?
I mean, that's really.
Is that pretty like well-known lore in Mongolia? The death worm?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows about it.
Is it
It'd be like
widely
talking about the chupacabra. Oh no, nobody believes that it's a real thing.
Was it? Could it have been one of those things? Is what one of the things we've talked about?
There's not like a Mongolian version of like Sasquatch hunters like we have around here.
Death watch finders,
or death worm finders.
Death worm finders.
I don't think the economy is strong enough to do that kind of thing.
Other priorities.
That's the sign of a healthy economy is when people can waste their time looking for Sasquatch.
When you can make multiple seasons of the Curse of Oak Island.
Forget the GDP or whatever. It's like how many people can afford to look for Sasquatches.
That's a fair point.
Right.
Fair point. But one of the things we've uncovered looking at weird folklore and cryptids and all that stuff is a lot of it's been developed as a protection mechanism for parents and kids to keep kids out of dangerous places, like at certain times. You know, like don't go out into the edges of the desert at after dark, or the Mongolian death worm might get you. Like there may be.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the story is that you don't go out into the desert by yourself because the death worm will get you.
Right.
You always go out with somebody else because then you can help protect each other.
Yeah.
Now I have a third option, which is don't go out into the desert.
Yeah, well, unless you have
just ever for any reason.
Unless you have a still suit.
Sure.
What?
A still suit.
What's a still suit?
You haven't read Dune or seen Dune?
No, I'm not.
The book. So Corey,
my goodness,
I just read. So I'm glad you like fiction, my friend. I just read 3 of the Dune books in the last few months, and
stop there. Don't keep going. They get weird.
Well, it just
goodness,
it just got weird. Like
weird.
Paul Atreides' son just became some like creature man, and it's bizarre and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's really where you want to stop because it just goes even further into the weird.
I did stop there. So I didn't stop like I'm going to not finish it, but I did be like, okay, I'm good for now. It got which is that's saying how weird it is because it got to the point where I decided, you know what, I'm going to read something else. But
science fiction is the worst.
But no, it's not. It's the best.
No.
It's not set in the past. Usually, it's set in the future.
Dune is
going for it.
Like it is the Lord of the Rings of science fiction. It is. And now that I've read that, I see in so much other science fiction where it's come from. Like it is
George Lucas ripped off Dune
big time
when he was making Star Wars.
Big time. Even things like Tatooine and stuff. I mean, he's not even trying to hide it. He's trying to tip his hat to Herbert. So, which that dude is brilliant too on, like, you get into his understanding of religion and politics is serious. And in that book and in Dune Messiah, I mean, that guy was thinking, man.
He also knows a lot about spice.
Well, not really. I mean, it's just kind of this. The spice is.
He's all into cumin.
It's the oil. It's spice. Spice is the oil of Herbert's universe. So
nutmeg. I've always just assumed it's just about a guy who really likes to season his food well, and he travels around trying to.
You even get into
saffron.
What are those creatures that kind of are the Spice Guild? They're these weird like alien creatures that live
the navigators.
The Spice Guild navigators that live in these aquarium bowls, and I'm telling you, it's weird stuff.
I may check it out.
Yeah,
I've just always heard it's crazy long.
The book.
You gotta see the movies. Just watch the movies.
The
They're
new
really
ones. The old ones are the new ones are pretty good, and they're fairly true.
Don't watch the one with Sting.
Yeah, no, please don't. They're fairly true to the book too. Not totally. The book's obviously better, but I mean, Jennifer can vouch for me. Read back to the Mongolian death worm.
Yeah,
that was in our cryptids book.
Oh, was it?
That one of the dozens gave us.
There we go.
That was one of the ones I highlighted someday in Cryptid Corner to talk about the Mongolian death worm.
Now we've the closest thing we will ever have.
We've got
experts.
We've got experts.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think about it.
Okay. There is a shirt of Mongolian cryptids that you can get at one of our favorite T-shirt printer places.
Are there more than the death worm?
What else? What do you give us rapid fire? 2 or 3 other ones.
So there's the the wind horse.
The wind horse.
So every person, but there's it's a fantastic story that it'll take us way too much time to talk about it. But there's the wind horse. That's the national emblem. There's what is it? There's a like a sea monster, like Nessie type of thing.
Okay. A dragon.
A water dragon.
A water dragon.
Water dragon. Yeah, but not a whole lot of them. They mostly stick to things that are real, like wolves and
stuff that's actual threats.
Deer. Yeah.
Is that another one of those? You got to be a certain level of affluent to make up threats. You got to, if you got enough stuff that's trying to kill you.
We conquered all the actual threats, so now we got to build some new ones.
Right. Wind horse sounds like a thing you'd say after you fart.
So you don't have to worry about
what won't?
The weather here will kill you, so you don't have to worry about animals.
What is the weather there that will kill you?
It's like cold? Negative 40 easy in the winter.
Oof.
For a long time. Like they have the winter is, what is it, 7 7s, 9 9s? That's 9 9s. Yeah. And so at some point the antlers or the horns of the goats fall off because they get too cold.
Oh my goodness.
They freeze off. Yeah. And at some point vodka starts to freeze.
Wow.
Yeah. It's cold.
And is there summer there? Like does it get nice?
I mean, really, it's not that much different than New Brunswick.
Okay.
We just get a lot less snow. Well, it's colder.
Worse.
It's colder, but
the winter is longer.
Yeah.
Last year it snowed on June 21st, which is the first day of summer.
Unacceptable.
Right?
So that's so demoralizing.
Unacceptable.
And we were driving through a sandstorm to get to the city where it was snowing.
That's true.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
that's
the weather's trying to kill you here.
Yeah.
That's kind of brutal.
That makes sense.
Well, on the subject of Mongolia, let's get into it. So how did you guys end up in Mongolia? And like, what do you do there? Why are you there?
Airplane.
Yeah.
What would take you from Sacramento and Michigan, Kalamazoo, to the frozen planet of Hoth there or whatever?
Yeah.
Frozen Tatooine.
The very first time we came to visit, I wanted to come. So our church in the U.S. had a connection with the Mongolian Wesleyan denomination here. And I knew that most of the Wesleyan pastors were women. And as a female pastor, I thought it might be encouraging just to show up and be a female pastor because representation matters. And so
usually men get sent to places like this.
Because usually there's just more men pastors to choose from to send places. So that's why I wanted to come the first time. Cory's reason for coming was a little bit more dramatic, but I didn't know about it until after.
What? Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
That's fine.
He was on a quest to find an ancient artifact.
I was, yes.
Give us the short version of that. Like I think
the short version
matters.
Sure. The short version was in the morning I was doing my daily prayer and it was and journaling, and the psalm for the day was in you, O Lord, I place my trust. And I said, we're comfortable. And is there anything I need to trust about? And I audibly heard the word Mongolia.
Oh my!
I've never experienced. Well,
how were you going to jump that story?
Yeah, come on now.
Well, because
it's weird.
Because it's weird.
It's odd, dude.
That's why we're here.
Weird.
This is what we
and
do.
It's not a normal part of your spiritual experience.
Yeah, it's not.
Which makes it so
not
cool.
part of my normal spirit. And so anyway, I wrote it down and I said, we'll just forget about that. I might have said a few swear words.
Get behind me, Satan.
Yeah, yeah, because we were comfortable. We're in Michigan, a mile from the beach, and it was nice. And yeah, anyway, Jen came home from work that evening and said, "Hey, I'm going to go to Mongolia because of what she just said." And I said, "Okay, I'm going to come too because that sounds fun."
And I thought that was weird because we're both pretty skeptical of short-term mission trips.
Right.
So when we both wanted to go on one, that was weird.
Yeah. But I didn't tell her what had happened this morning or that morning because I didn't seem like I needed to put that into her. Yeah. Didn't need to put that into her world. And I don't think I told her for another year or so.
Wow.
So 6 months.
Yeah. Probably until we were coming back our second time. But the end of our trip here, we were meeting with the national leader for the Wesleyan Church in Mongolia, and one of the questions was, what would they want to have if somebody were to be sent from North America? And they basically listed off our resumes.
Wow.
And we said, well, I mean, what they were really asking for was leadership development and pastoral training.
And an ordination process. They didn't have an ordination process. So there was one couple that had been ordained because the director of someone in the Wesleyan Church from America had flown over, ordained them, and left. So it's like a drive-by ordination, just so there'd be someone ordained in the country. And throughout the night, so we came back from that trip, and my job was to help figure out what educational opportunities were available in the country theologically. Yours was to begin developing an ordination process. And we realized there were at least 2 pastors who met all the educational and practical requirements if we were following a North American system. They were just missing Wesleyan, his and dis, 2 classes that are required. And we were teaching those classes
for Flame.
Which
for ministerial students.
To our many non-Wesleyan listeners, Flame is like a fast track version of ministerial education that the denomination puts
denominational
on.
King's Academy. I mean, literally those courses, the courses we do here are at the same level. Yeah.
So we were teaching those classes in West Michigan anyway. And so we said, well, we can come back and teach those classes and then we can get a bunch of people ordained.
2.
Well,
but that was 20% of the
2 is a bunch.
pastors,
That's a 200% increase.
2 is a bunch.
It is.
Yeah. And so
we figured we can work on this. We can do this project from Michigan. It's fine, not a big deal. And we don't need to move there. This will be the fulfillment of the Mongolia word that I got.
Yeah. But we realized that if we try to create a process from North America, it was going to be a North American process, painted Mongolian. And that wasn't fair, that the Mongolian church deserved a process that made sense in Mongolian culture. And we would never really truly understand what that should look like unless we lived here and learned about the culture and understood it better.
So one of the things that often gets thrown around in, well, I'm sure at King's Academy and things like that is the term worldview, right?
Yep.
And that smacked us in the face on the first day at our first break during the teaching, because we had a map of Mongolia and I wanted to see where in the country all the pastors were from. And so I showed them the map and said, point to me, let's put stickers on the cities where you guys are from. And they're looking at the map and they could not figure out where they're from. They're looking at it, they're talking about it, and eventually somebody came over, spun the map around.
So north was on the bottom.
So north was on the bottom, south was on the top, and everything was backwards from our orientation, how we would orient it, a map. Wow. And they're like, oh, here we go. And everyone found their churches really quick.
Oh my goodness.
And just because in the Mongolian language even, south is in front of you, north is behind you, east is to your left, and west is to your right.
Those are they're the same words.
And they're the exact same.
Right and west are the same words.
So you have an east hand and a west hand, that kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah. And so their worldview is 180 degrees different from ours.
How do you conquer the world by not having
because whenever
clear bearings.
Because whenever anybody finds out your plans, they assume they're the exact opposite. They're coming in from the west, boys. We're gonna be Turns out west is east, suckers.
Wow.
Yeah. So just at a very basic level, we realized that our worldview is so different from the Mongolian pastors that we were trying to serve that we couldn't even hope to accomplish what we were wanting to accomplish with them, what they were asking us to do, if we were trying to do it from Michigan. And so that started the process of moving here. Because that's,
So you're
made sense.
Partnering with some existing churches there. What is the religious landscape of Mongolia in general? Like, is Christianity very strong? What other religions are there? Or like, what's kind of give us the overview of the context religious wise?
So about half of the country would say that they're Buddhist, and the country, like the government, funds one of the Buddhist monasteries and is much more pro-Buddhist. And so Mongolian identity, like, feels Buddhist, whether they're actively practicing or not. Like, a lot of people would identify as Buddhist. There's a lot of people who are atheist, a result of socialism. And then there's a mix in both of those with traditional religion. So shamanism, interacting with the spirit world, that kind of thing. Christianity is like 2%, like 30,000, 40,000 people maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So super small, super small.
And when she says socialism, like Mongolia went through the same socialist revolution, communist revolution that Russia went through. And it was an umbrella state as under the Soviet Union for 80 years or so until it all fell apart in the early 90s, late 80s.
Peacefully here.
Yeah, peacefully here. And so during that time, like in the early part of the revolution, they killed something like 30,000 Buddhist monks, and any Christians who were foreigners were kicked out of the country. Christian pastors were killed, but those numbers are less noticeable.
Wow.
Because there just weren't many.
Weren't as many of them. But pretty much anyone who was who had religion as their calling. They were put to death or they were kicked out. Yeah,
at that point in history, nearly every family would give a son to the priesthood, the Buddhist priesthood.
Okay.
Right.
Lam. And so, lots of people died.
Yeah.
Lots of people died.
Yeah. And so because of that, like because they purged all of the religious people, basically, there was just a strong atheistic undercurrent because that was the national the push.
So when socialism, when communism, socialism, whatever fell, was there a big move to revert to traditional religions as kind of reclaiming our identity thing? Yes. Or was it more just they stayed on autopilot with the kind of atheist stuff?
Some people stayed on autopilot, but there was a strong push of we need to reclaim our Mongolian identity. And so that's when we get our Genghis Khan statues and all of that stuff.
Well, so the government official, so head of state, that's the president, right? Like he will go with some people to a certain mountain every year and do offerings there as part of his head of state thing. That is, again, some combination of Buddhism and Tigrism, respecting the mountain, the holy mountain.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit worked in there, but it's not like, it's not so much an ethical system.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's more the respecting the spirits. And like one of my favorite practices is the milk flicking. So in the morning, you offer, after you've milked the goats, you offer milk to the sky before you have any of it.
It's a first fruits offering.
Yeah, it's a first fruits offering.
Interesting.
That is
sorry,
for a thirsty sky.
And like the sky, the sky is basically viewed as a deity in that.
Yes. The sky is the above all deity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Top of the pantheon.
So when socialism fell in the early 90s, there were 5 known Christians in the country.
Yeah.
4 or 5. Like we have a friend who has a picture with all of them. Like
wow.
They had gone to school in some other country and heard about Jesus and came back. So in the early 90s, there were 4 known Christians in the country.
Yeah.
And so 40,000 is a big step up for that. And the Christian community, I was going to say they generally get along really well.
Generally.
Even with different views and different denominations, because there are so few of them that it's like...
We can't afford to bicker over stupid stuff. We can't afford to go on Sasquatch hunts, and we can't afford to worry about low order Christian division.
Yeah, there's a national push by the Mongolian Evangelical Association to have a church in every county. It's not even every like postal code or zip code or whatever, but every county, because there are so many counties that don't have a church at all, or a Christian presence at all.
What's the cultural view of Christianity there? Like, is it kind of one of those, hey, this is a weird little upstart thing? Is it, this is a foreign thing and we don't want it? Is it whatever works for you? Like, kind of, what's the mainstream view of Christianity?
All of that.
Yeah.
It's a foreign thing. It's for a while, part of my visa here was I was a teacher at a local high school, and kids would come up to me and say, "Hey, you're American, right? So you're a Christian?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, yes, that's true. It's not because I'm American that I'm a Christian, but those two things are true. Yes.
So there is a general recognition that so it is a foreign religion, and some people get really upset by that. Christians with transformed lives, people will notice like it's good to hire Christians because they're less likely to cheat or steal or do some of those things. So there's a recognition of transformation in a way that the culture is friendly toward.
There was a mayor of the little neighborhood or area close to us, and she contacted one of our pastors and said, "We don't have a church in our neighborhood. We need a church because I see that when churches come in, they change the culture of the neighborhood. Kids get fed. They are, people who are helped when they wouldn't normally be." So she couldn't officially ask a church to come in, but she wasn't a Christian. And she wasn't a Christian. Wow. She just saw that when Christians are in a community, then the community changes.
There was also a podcast with a foreigner who was in a Mongolian prison for drug charges. And he commented that apart from occasional like embassies and official personnel visiting the foreigners in jail, the Christians visited the jails more often than anyone else. And he's very much not a believer, but also noticed the difference of Christians.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I've met him. His time in jail was transformational for him, not to the point of belief, but to the point of at least changing him from saying Christians are a bunch of idiots to, there might be something here.
So you guys have been able to really see the saltiness of just basic Christianity expressed there. Yeah. How do you process, like there's that idea in, the US and Canada, Western society basically that, it's just inoculated enough to the gospel to the point where the average person they think they've heard it. They don't think they needed it. And so the salt like kind of has lost its saltiness. As you kind of look back to, here, what would you say based on your experience now, seeing what really pops with the gospel, with Christianity in a context that's like, it's just so obvious, people realize towns get better where real Christians are. What would you want to see, or how would you encourage the average Christian on, I don't know how to form this question, like leveraging what's actually salty about being a Christian.
Oh, I have a strong opinion about this.
I was gonna say I'm gonna set out a soapbox for Jen real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what you think I was gonna say, but
I was gonna say that I think in the West we need to stop talking about salvation as as a sin issue necessarily. Like that's still important, but we need to.
Well, so this wasn't what I was going to say, but it is one of my current soapboxes. The gospel is so much more than an individual person's salvation.
Yes.
That Jesus came to proclaim the good news. The good news was that the kingdom was here. And he talked about that for years before he even talked about crucifixion and his death in our place for whatever. So I think that's one thing. Like, we need to actually preach and live a gospel that's bigger than personal salvation and is the kingdom coming. So that would be one thing.
So I want to just stop there for a sec, because that's important here, because we don't have a Christian history, and so there also isn't necessarily a feeling of sin and separation from God.
Oh, yeah.
Because why would I feel that way? The feeling that God loves me, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah, people are not coming to Christ because they feel like they need to be forgiven from their sin. They're coming to Christ because they are loved, because they believe there's a God who hears their prayers, because God healed or he showed power over spiritual beings that are negatively impacting someone's life. So like those are the reasons people are coming to the gospel here. Yeah. And so
it's not a guilt issue.
Yeah.
You wonder, like, I was thinking about this morning, actually, just in my own time. You wonder if some of it, like, you almost see like the double-edged sword of the ministry of Jesus. If you read the Gospels, you have how the good news of the kingdom was hitting the pagans, and then how it was hitting the religious, And I think in North America and even parts of Europe, there's still such a religious integration, even in the agnostic or secular person. They don't realize how formed they are by Christianity, and so a lot of the time it makes sense to me that in a pagan society, excuse me using that word, but like in a non-Judeo-Christian society, that the leading edge of the good news of the gospel would be those things you're saying. Like it's victory over the powers. It's, being brought into a relationship with a loving God, not a God that you need to, coax or convince to be on your side or sprinkle milk into the sky or whatever it is.
Build him a tiny house.
You build him a tiny house. That makes sense. And then because as you were saying that about like, well, the average person doesn't need, like, they're not coming because of the conviction of sin. I think that's appropriate in a North American culture where we actually think we can solve all of our own problems, and we're inoculated to the gospel, and so it stands to reason to me. Like, it's almost like how Jesus treated the Pharisees, where it's like, you think you have it all together, and you think that you're righteous because of these things, but I tell you, you're whitewashed tombs, and so So as you were saying that, I was like, okay, so do we need to throw the conviction of sin out in our missiology? And it's just, I think that's how the gospel hits different cultures.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get
conviction of sin is part of the fruit of the Holy Spirit working.
For sure. But I mean, even as a leading edge.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, there's kind of just a.
But also,
go ahead.
I was going to get on my other soapbox.
Go for it. I see it sitting there.
Okay.
Hop up.
Yes.
I think Christians need to love people because they love people and because God loved them first, and not love them
so that
in order to tell them about Jesus. They need to just love them, because love is incredibly powerful when it's genuine, and when it is not, doesn't feel manipulative.
Yeah, it shouldn't be transactional.
Yeah, like I think that we should feed hungry people, whether they ever come to Jesus or not. Yeah, because they need food.
Yeah.
I
think there's a.
That's not a soapbox, Jennifer. That's just good Christian preaching. Preach it.
I think too. There's when it comes to like whatever, caring for the sick, the poor, the marginalized. I think we often too underplay the nature of that as a spiritual discipline, not to be selfish about it, but to say like the person who is discipled through that is just as much the person doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm doing this for me.
I mean, there is a sense of like, it does something positive spiritually for me to do that, whether or not the other person ever asks, why are you like this? Could you tell me about your God?
That statement brings up something I would want to throw back on, kind of contrasting cultures. Is the level of individualism as big of a thing there? Because I think that's a huge, like, even the fact that I just said that, I'm steeped in this. What's good for me? Is it more of a we culture in Mongolia?
Historically, yes, but so much pop culture, so much North American and European media gets here.
Yeah, it's more we than America, but it is more I than a lot of Asia.
Okay.
Like, Mongolia is not as far on the spectrum of different from North America, which I'm thankful for. Like, we can argue, like, openly here.
Yeah,
we don't a lot, but we can. Where some Asian countries,
weirdly enough, is some of that the Soviet influence?
Yeah,
like, because we always think of it as collectivism, but it's a collectivism steeped in European individualism, right? So
yes. Yeah, so Mongolia it's a weird place of a mix between the family collectivism of China and the individualism of Russia.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So what are you, I mean, we talked about how you guys got to Mongolia and what Mongolia is like. What are the roles you guys are filling there now? What does your work look like?
Talk about your job.
Right. I work for an organization called Theological Education, by extension, Mongolia. I'll let you guess what we do. So we do theological education, church-based theological education, that's primarily discipleship focused. So none of our classes are supposed to be bigger than 5 people.
Oh, wow.
And we walk them through, I mean, sometimes they get up to 7. But we offer a regionally accredited, like,
2-year degree?
Yeah, 2-year degree. And it's for anybody in the church. The pastor has to recommend them to come to us, but then the pastors also use some of our discipleship materials to help disciple new Christians. And it starts with who is God and how do you become part of the family of God. And the goal is to reach all of the people who live in Mongolia and the Mongolian diaspora. So we've got classes that are in Europe. We've got classes in Canada. Like, we've got a group in Toronto right now. And we, like, everybody except me on the staff is down in South Gobi right now, doing a facilitator training. And so we travel all over the country and do trainings to help people lead these things.
And what's your role?
My role is to speak English.
That's a great role.
Sometimes
I got 2
to sometimes bring extra prestige to the organization, because if they have a foreigner, people think that they are more important than they are.
Makes sense.
Or something.
Two questions.
It gives them
two questions based off what you said, Cory. Number one, is South Gobi actually south, or is that north? Or is it east or west? Which way?
So, funny thing, South Gobi is next to Gobi.
Well, and there's Middle Gobi and South Gobi.
Right.
And south is front, so it's...
Yeah, south is above Gobi.
It's incredible.
But it's the one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Second question. So the people you're doing theological training with, I'm fascinated again by, like, so much of the work that, like, AJ and I do is untangling, like, baggage, like theological baggage.
We're fixing it,
trying to fix it. And like, are you dealing with much of that? Or are you dealing with a lot of blank slates and open minds kind of?
It is absolute blank slates. I mean, it's the
I
format.
deal with.
Well, you deal with that more because we get a lot of Korean cults that have some weird things.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
But it starts off with very basic things, and it's it is intentionally slow, and like our 2-year program takes 4 years. So
we went to Kingswood with some people like that too.
Is time more subjective there too, not just direction? Like,
no.
Yes.
Well, yes, that too. But the goal is slow because we know that
Jennifer's face. I know how much time drives you nuts there. Yeah.
Yeah. The goal is to do it slowly because it takes time for the head knowledge to change the behavior.
Yeah.
And we know that, and so we specifically do it slowly, and that drives some of our students nuts. But that's how we do it.
And the fact that it's driving you nuts is the reason we're doing it slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then my role is to work with the Wesleyan. Well, I have two things. I work with the Wesleyan denomination here in Mongolia to do leadership training, theological education, and clergy development. And then we also have some economic, like we'll do small business loans and grants for pastors and people in the church to help them become more financially stable. I also am now teaching at the seminary. There are probably less than a dozen people in like Mongolians and foreigners in Mongolia who have a degree that's higher than a master's degree. And in order to keep their accreditation for their master's programs, they need people that have a THM or a PhD or a DMin to be able to teach. So because I have a THM, which is a super master's, it's a higher than an MDiv, but it's not a PhD.
Super masters.
It's a super master.
I like that.
And so
super master.
You need a cape.
So I'm teaching at the seminary. I'm on their part-time faculty. I just saw their newsletter today. Yes. And then I also am regionally overseeing our work in Cambodia and Korea.
And the country south of us.
And another country. So I have some regional responsibilities, and then work with the Mongolian church and then teach.
Tell us a little bit about the pastors that you work with there, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. So
they really are.
We've got about 8 churches, depending on how you count churches on any given day, who are led by people who are sacrificing so much in order to serve the church. Wow. They are mostly women. We do have a few male leaders, and mostly not college educated, but very intelligent, very loving people. So like next week we're getting together for a training, and we'll be developing. So we're going to be doing a couple of different things. We're going to be talking about a discipleship method that uses storytelling, and we're going to be working on the policy manual for the denomination, which sounds kind of boring and is kind of boring, but is also kind of important. And we're going to be doing that while staying in one of the churches and sleeping on the floors and using pit toilets and not having showers.
Wow.
Because that's what they do when they travel, and that's how we keep training cheap.
Which church is it going to be at?
Gotcha.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so they come together, they get along really well most of the time, but sometimes they don't. But even after they have like a big old fight, because that'll happen sometimes, then they'll have dinner together and laugh about it, and it's totally fine. They're just a joy to work with. Like the more I travel and the more I visit other places, the more I realize that the pastors we work with are great.
And most of them would be bivocational?
We're working on that. So one of the things we have had to untangle is previous foreign workers have come in and said that if you are called to lead a church, then your calling is only to do that, and to work outside of the church would be to not have faith in God.
So instead be hungry?
To provide for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So literally, like, I've heard stories about splitting a block of ramen among a family, which is extremely frustrating. So part of what we've done in the years that we've been here is slowly chip away at that idea. Like, if God is asking you to have faith and not work, fine. But like, probably he's not doing that. And so you need to be responsible and take care of your family. And so we do have, like, one of the pastors, she took out a small loan to buy everything you need to do pedicures, and manicures and pedicures. Well, yeah, manicures and haircuts. And so she went to her classes, she bought the supplies, and she rented out a small booth in a grocery store. And she said that she has more meaningful conversations with people painting their nails than she ever had just sitting in the church office.
Did she do yours?
She has not these, but she has done my nails before.
And
so
you, Cory, has she done yours?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
No, she hasn't. No.
So,
no.
Sorry, I was gonna say, what's the average age of the pastors? They tend to be younger, older, middle age, kind of all over the place.
They tend to be older because we haven't quite figured out how to transition from the first generation of Christians who became pastors to the next generation. So Christianity has only been around for about 30 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we've got a bunch of people who became Christians when they were 20, and now they're 50.
Yep.
And they're still the pastor. And so and you've got young people who say, well, I can't make any money as a pastor. I need to support my family. And so they don't start churches. And so we're like, that's just a national issue that we're working through right now. But
do you have solid young people that you could send out to start churches if they had the funding? Like if someone would make it a viable career option for them?
Yep.
Yeah. One of the things we are not encouraging, though, is salary funding from outside sources. We'll use outside money for training, for education, for building buildings, but the ongoing work of paying for pastors, it's not sustainable if it's dependent on outside, and it actually limits people's willingness to serve. Right. And so it creates a larger clergy lay divide, which is already pretty wide here because with the Buddhist Islam system. So we don't do that, but our youth, there's a youth discipleship group right now that's been together for 3 years, and they did a local mission trip. They've done a regional, like a country mission trip, and they're trying to find a country that is close enough that they can go to that's cheap and where they won't get arrested. Because we're landlocked between Russia and China.
No, I get it. I just love that that's got to be on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're looking at Cambodia, Thailand, something like that, where they could actually go. But the cost to do that is astronomical compared to what the funds they actually have.
I got a question on, like, just for you guys personally. So we're all in ministry, even though it takes different forms. But one thing I think we all have to fight for is, like, holding on to, like, the Lord's really kind in his timing, giving us some wins, some stuff where we're like, okay, I can take 100 losses. I've got that thing, and that's gonna, and I've got a handful of stories that I look to where I'm just like, that. Not that it's keeping me going. I'm going because I was asked by God, but this sure helps.
Yeah.
What are some of the maybe stories that you guys have, or like that are sort of like, you know what, that's something I'm hanging on to right now?
Okay, so we had someone come from the U.S. to talk about spiritual warfare with our the pastors I work with, and then they did a day-long seminar with the students that Cory works with as well. And one of my favorite stories from that is that there's a lady who, she's a retired teacher and invites kids into her home after school to do homework, just to provide a safe place for them, because there's a lot of domestic violence, there's a lot of alcoholism, there's a lot of, if you live in a ger, like a yurt, and your parents are gone, it might not be heated during the day, so you want to find somewhere warm to go. Anyway, one of the kids was having nightmares, and one of the handouts we gave them was helping children deal with spiritual warfare. So she walked the kid through the sheet she had.
And the sheet specifically says, "What if you have nightmares?"
Wow.
Yeah, so they walked through that, and then a few days later, the parents came and were like, "Hey, are you the person that was talking to our kid about Jesus?" And I thought this story was going to go very, very negatively.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yes." And then they were like, "Thank you so much. Can you tell us more? His nightmares have stopped. Things that like feel different in our home. What's going on?"
Yeah.
So that, I think like that's a really cool story.
That's so good.
There's so much about what you guys have shared, like that feels, which makes sense because of the context, feels very first century. Like we're kicking out demons and we're loving people in a way the culture's never seen before. Like if you look at the early church, that was two of the biggest things, right? Like I love that.
Yeah. So one of my favorites was I think it was either last summer or the summer before. We visited with TEE. One of the things that we do is we are sent out by the Mongolian Evangelical Alliance, which is all of the churches. Sort of our director acts as sort of an apostle. He goes and checks in on churches that are in far-flung places to see how they're doing, to encourage them, and to see what they need. So one of our stops was at a church, except it's not a church. It was a Bible study. They meet, the owner of the Bible study has a little shop that it's a neighborhood store, corner store, right? And so they were saying, so we met with the leadership of this Bible study, which is really just the Bible study. And they said, "No, we're a church." And Gonbold says, "No, you're not a church. You're a Bible study." And they said, "Well, why aren't we why aren't we a church?" And I said, "Well, you won't let people come into your church." So in order to be a church, you have to invite people in. People have wanted to come to your church. We've heard the stories. They want to come to your Bible study, and you've told them no. So then you're not a church. You're just a group of Christians that meet together. And we gave them some books so they could continue their Bible study, but they were very clearly told they're not a church. So then 2 months later, when one of them came into town, she stopped in to the MEA offices and said, "Hey, we want to be a church. We've talked about it. How do we become a church? What do we need to do?" And so now it's 2 years later. They are a church. They had been a Bible study for 5 years. It had been like 4 families that would meet together weekly to study the Bible, to worship, all of that stuff. They even set up their house so that it could fit lots of people and be a little house church. And anyway, they're now pushing 30, 40 people on a Sunday, and they are legitimately a church. So they are reaching their community and the neighboring communities too. And they're talking about how they can plant a church in the neighboring village that doesn't have a church.
So the category to be a church was basically you need to bring people. Like there needs to be evangelize. Like
it's got to be open to other people to join. Yeah.
Well, and you can't reject people.
Right. You can't reject people. Yeah.
Right. I feel like we should use that as a category all over the place.
There are some Bible studies in North America.
There's some large Bible studies in North America.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's one of the things that I love is that we do discipleship with, like, I mean, it very much feels like you said, it's first century. It's Paul going around and visiting.
Oh, so we sometimes go to an international church, which is in English, and there was a student who came because she was learning English, and so she is like, I should learn about Christianity too, because English-speaking countries are Christian countries, right? So she came on Communion Sunday, and her English is okay, but not super great. And then the pastor didn't do a great job of explaining what communion was. And so afterwards, I made a point just to go talk to her, because we always ask at the beginning of service if there are any visitors, and you have to introduce yourself. It's an introvert's nightmare. But I knew she was new, so I went and talked to her, and then asked her what she thought about communion. And as we were talking, I realized, like, she thought she was going to drink actual blood.
Oh, wow.
blood. And I was like, so you were going to drink it knowing that it was blood or thinking it was blood? She was like, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't transubstantiation. It was, she wasn't thinking transubstantiation. She was thinking it was actually a cup of blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like, okay.
The substance and the accidents were blood.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so we met for a while. But like when it comes to it's new, right?
Yeah.
She didn't have a category for communion, but there is a category for like Mongolians, like blood being part of a nutritious diet. Right. So that wasn't super weird to her.
Very like, first century.
Yeah.
We were criticized for being cannibals.
Yep.
Because they didn't understand what we were doing.
Totally.
Wow.
So we're coming down the home stretch here, but would you guys share with us a little bit about like what are the biggest challenges, the biggest blessings, and like the biggest differences between doing ministry in Mongolia versus America, Canada, North America, I guess is what we call those together usually?
America.
I think the biggest challenge is
the Americas.
It still surprises us how exhausting it is, and that we were
living in a different culture.
We were relatively high capacity people in North America, and we are not high capacity people here, and it drives us crazy every single day because we just don't have because going to the store to buy eggs is exhausting.
It's just more complicated.
Yeah. And so like every little interaction takes energy out of us. And that was something that we weren't like, we had heard it, but we didn't really understand. And it's
like for the women in your audience, it's like being in the first and second trimester, like your whole life is that kind of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, I think like just a basic level challenge that,
Is that the cultural difference? Is that the language barrier? Is that just life is so complicated there? Like, does everyone feel that way in Mongolia or just you guys?
So there is a little bit of that. Like, I got a message on my phone from the water lady because I needed to pay our water bill, but there was no more information. It was just, you need to pay your water bill. And I'm supposed to know how to, like, where this information is. They change the process like every other month. There's a new process.
And then they get mad at us for saying it to the wrong account when they never told us the account changed.
Yeah. So some of it is like people know things here that we just don't pick up on. We don't know how everybody picks up on it. But yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, living in a different culture is challenging. Mm-hmm. Living in a developing nation is challenging. Like I like running, and running here, I have to pay attention to every step I take because of the potholes and the chunks of cement that are missing and the dogs that might be chasing me and the scooters and the bikes and the people and then the cars that could come on the road. So like everything just requires more attention. It's not as exhausting for people who live here, but it is still exhausting for people who live here. Like people who live in Mongolia, if they go to Korea or they go to America, they'll come back and talk about those places as being peaceful and just simpler and easier, and things make sense and happen when they're supposed to. But Mongolians are very flexible.
Yeah.
So like we're doing a training next week and we started the preparations yesterday for where we're going to stay and who's going to come, and none of the food has been planned. Like,
is it just kind of a fool's errand to plan way far ahead there because stuff's going to change anyway?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are actually had some. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we'll have staff meetings at the school on Mondays where we will talk about what's coming that week. And it's not uncommon for Wednesday to have something like a big training happening that we did not talk about on Monday. That somehow came up on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday morning. I don't know.
People show up.
And yes, people show up. Like we'll still have 50 people at it.
Which means they have no plans.
It's only been advertised for 2 days.
Right.
That's wild.
I don't know how it works.
I'm not built for that, man.
No.
I'm not built for that.
No.
What are the biggest blessings?
I think getting to see things that you guys don't necessarily get to see. Like we get to see I mean, both here and in the other countries where we serve, like, we get to see people who have not very much sacrifice so much and love so deeply. I mean, you see sacrifice and love in North America. That's not unique to here. But I think just seeing Christianity differently, seeing it expressed differently, I think is really cool. Seeing the faith, like seeing the amount of prayer that is prayed and that people really believe it does something has been cool.
Yeah. On a completely surface level thing, our daughter gets to ride horses.
Yeah.
Which,
cool.
like,
with the OG
cool, like,
horse riders.
I mean,
with the OG horse riders, and like her second time riding a horse ever. The guy who gives her horse riding lessons is a sheep herder, and he also has herds of horses and other things. And he's like, well, you know how to ride, so we've got horses over there that need to go from that field to that field. So come on. And so he took her out.
Like they crossed a river and went up a mountain to go like...
Yeah, and he's like, okay, go to that side of the horses, and I'll go to this side, and we will corral them together. And yeah, and so when she goes horse riding, she is basically, we're paying him for her to work.
she's a cowgirl.
That guy's got to rack it down, man. He's smart.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is Leanna picking up the language faster than you guys?
No, not at all.
No.
So she goes to the English School of Mongolia, which is a British school overseas school. And they have a Mongolian second language course. One class that all the kids who are learning Mongolian take. And it runs for a year, and then it starts over again.
That sounds like French class for me growing up.
Yeah. So she's been through that same 1 year program or 1 year class since second grade.
So it never gets more advanced.
So she knows how to count to 20 and she knows her colors and
right.
It's like Monopoly. Go back to go.
Dude, that was I went to this little rinky-dinky Christian school growing up, and we would have like 3 or 4 grades together for French class, and we had a new French. If we had a French teacher who lasted a whole year, we were doing good. And they would always come in and go, "What do you guys know?" And we were all over the place. They go, "Okay, well, here's how you count. Here's your colors." And just over and over and over again. Well, listen, if people want to follow along with your adventures, if they wanted to maybe partner with you in some way, how do they track you down? How do they follow you? Where do they find you? How can people support what you guys are doing? That kind of thing.
Probably the easiest is Facebook, which is terrible, but it's the easiest.
Yep.
Could we just give you guys like an email to forward to people if they wanted to contact you that has our Facebook, our Instagram, our giving link? Because I don't want to say all of those things here, but we have a private Facebook group that we update pretty frequently.
It's a good follow. It's a good follow.
Excellent photographer, so like his Instagram is worth it. And then we do have a newsletter. So if people want to get in touch with one of you guys, we'll make sure that you're resourced with a copy and paste email that you can send them.
Perfect.
But if you Google Cory Ellison and Mongolia and Instagram, like put those 4 words together, then I'll pop up.
Right, which doesn't help them connect with what we do.
Well, that's true.
Because our outfacing social medias do not indicate that we're doing Christian work here.
Right. But if they do that, then they can message and we can get them into the other stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have that. And if people reach out to us, you can either email the podcast or even just comment, and Captain Ron will hook you up with the information, and you'll be able to follow along.
Captain Ron.
Captain Ron's that's why he's a captain.
Keeping us on the straight and narrow the whole way through.
Dude, this is 58 BC. Ron was just a brand new sailor in 1 BC. And in 57 short BCs, actually, it was only was it 56 BC? You got your promotion, Ron? Yeah, so I mean, it took him 55 BCs to go from brand new,
it's 120 hours or so.
No, that's an adequate amount to make captain. I'm just saying, he's really progressed through the ranks
captain,
quickly.
It's not captain.
Yeah, no,
maybe it should be captain.
Captain.
CAP apostrophe N.
I don't know. Ron, do you have a preference? No, he has no preference.
Captain sounds a little more stomping Tommy.
It does, yeah. We'll have to see if we can get
right.
AI to
Speaking
write us
of-
a Cap'n
Speaking of
Ron song in the spirit of Stomp and
Tomp and Stomp.
Tomp and Stomp.
Stomp and Tom and great artists.
Yeah.
Cue up our top 4. These Americans don't know what that
Oh no,
is.
I would be willing to bet Corey. Could you hear that? The do you know what
I
that?
did not hear anything.
No,
Do you know what
I
that
didn't
is?
hear anything.
No,
because No.
No, that's Strange Brew. Did I
sure.
never make you watch Strange Brew? I feel
No,
like
I
I
watched
worked harder
Strange-
to
yeah.
educate you about Canada than any other American student I went to school with.
Yeah, you did. Absolutely.
Yeah, we did mini
it
sips,
was
we did
great.
milk in a bag, we did all the important Canadian stuff.
I learned how terrible Tragically Hip are.
Yeah, hey, we covered that in the last episode.
Yeah, we don't like them, but they are Canadian. So this is our Mountainous Top 4 today is on a musical theme. It's top 4 albums. Your top 4 favorite albums. No greatest hits, no compilations. We're talking like just straight up, it can't be the best songs from 27 albums on one album. Your top 4 albums. What do you got, folks?
And this is us personally, not just in general.
You personally, what would be your top 4 albums?
This is ultra subjective.
This
so.
is like your desert island kind of a scenario.
Yeah.
You can bring 4 CDs with you. I don't know, whatever. 4 records that you can crank up on a gramophone because there's no electricity on this island.
Yeah, Jen, what are your top 4?
Yeah, I'm just going to abstain.
All right.
I'm really bad at this.
It's going to be...
You don't like music?
She doesn't like music.
Because
I don't,
it's
so
fictional
I
and it's
suck
from
at-
the past?
I suck at anything pop culture-y.
It doesn't have to be pop. It's
Including
just your answers.
Yeah.
You
She
can't
wants to
be, it
listen to
can't be
Violin String
wrong.
Quartet.
That's just
What do you listen to?
Yeah.
What's that
Whatever,
Mongolian
Spotify
band
algorithm.
that you guys have? There's like
The
a...
Who.
Yeah, there we
She
go.
likes the Who.
There we
What's
go.
spelled
All right.
H-U? Have you ever seen them?
The who?
The Who, H-U, but they're from Mongolia. They're
Oh,
this
really?
band. Yeah, yeah.
No kidding.
It's a Mongolian heavy metal.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a Mongolian inspired heavy metal inspired band.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
All
Brent.
right. So this is completely subjective, and
Yeah.
my listening is so moody and seasonal.
Yeah.
So I had to just narrow it down to the albums I've probably listened to the most in my life.
Okay.
And caveat, I don't listen to a ton of like Christian pop music, so I don't want to disappoint a lot of my parishioners with this list.
I love the whole thing. Like,
now.
growing up in church, I always loved, like, we didn't have a parish, but my dad had parishioners.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a parson, but we did have a parsonage.
Yeah.
And like,
Sure.
it's just, yeah.
So anyway, I do listen to like the odd. I listen to a lot of soaking worship and music and wordless music.
William Augusto,
so,
baby.
Yes. So I don't listen to a lot of this these days, but over my life, I would say Pearl Jam 10. Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory.
Classic.
With honorable mention to Definitely Maybe.
Yeah.
Am I getting
Terrible.
Oh, come on, dude.
No.
Oh, I thought we were gonna be friends.
Not if you like Oasis. Oh, they're terrible.
Coldplay Parachutes. And then recently Bon Iver, Sable Fable. I'd spent a lot of time on that.
I can't get into Bon Iver. I try, but it just doesn't click for me.
Incredible.
What do you got, Corey?
Oasis.
Yeah, definitely
Tragically
Oasis. No. I have to go with U2 War, because that's the one from when I was a kid.
Yep.
War is the one I always go back to. Kishibashi Lahite. You got to look it up.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
You're gonna have to spell it for us if we're gonna look it up.
Yeah. Kishibashi, Kishi.
Like Japanese gaming music? Like, what is this?
He's Japanese violinist that does and Lahite. It was a poem from the 60s. It's like a one-word poem, light with an extra GH in it that makes you stop and say, "Oh, that's weird." Anyway, it's a fantastic album.
I'm gonna
very
take your
happy.
word for it.
You got to listen to it. Then John Luther Adams. What is it called? It's Darkness and
Light?
Darkness and Scattered Light.
Oh,
yeah,
I was close.
So he's an Alaskan composer, and he writes. He goes out into the field, and he writes what he hears.
Oh, that's cool.
Fascinating.
This one is my favorite. Yeah, the Darkness and Scattered Light.
I'll check that out.
And then
that could be interesting.
Paul Simon's Graceland.
Oh,
yeah, no,
bro, you get the Variety Award.
No, I'm Paul Simon. Yeah,
no, but I'm just saying
not even Graceland.
Stated by the Variety. The only Paul Simon song I like is that. What's the who? The one with the video has Chevy Chase in it.
Yeah, that's from that album.
Is it? I just love the video. I find hilarious.
I'm a big yacht rock guy, but I couldn't say they were the top albums. So
I tried to listen to that playlist that you shared with me, and I struggled.
Dude,
it just felt too much like the terrible radio I grew up on.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna go. I had a hard time picking 4. I had 5, and then I'll do an honorable mention. But then I don't know which one to give honorable mention to. So I think I'm going to give honorable mention because I've mentioned them on here before too. Delirious's Cutting Edge albums.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'll do honorable mention because there's some incredible songs on there, but there's others that aren't incredible. So, and it's not a comp. Well, it is technically it's a compilation of albums, right? Because they released 4 albums and then released it as one album over here. So that out of the way.
Rule.
Pardon?
Yeah. You're breaking your rule.
Yeah,
right
well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it gets the honorable mention because it's a gray area. Tom Petty's Wildflowers.
Oh yeah,
just solid all the way down.
Definitely
solid all the way down. I had to pick a U2 album. I wasn't sure which one I was going to go with. I went with Rattle and Hum.
Oh yeah,
I love Rattle. I could have picked Joshua Tree.
Yep,
but I went Rattle and Hum. Neil Young, although he's fallen out of favor with me, but his After the Gold Rush album, that was another one that was solid all the way
Old
down.
Man on it.
I saw him with Pearl Jam. They were doing a concert tour together.
Yes,
and Eddie Vedder was sick, and in San Francisco he was sick, so he couldn't do the concert. And Neil Young did the whole concert, did his opening act, then sang with Pearl Jam as. Eddie sang all the Pearl Jam songs.
That's impressive.
It was fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
Because they have very different voices too.
Oh yeah, they very different voices. But then they gave everybody tickets to the makeup show.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
So
that's a win-win.
Yeah. You get the novelty act and you get the And then the last one I got to go with is The Killer's Hot Fuzz.
Oh, that's a good album. Yeah.
That one's I'm solid all the way down.
Yep.
That's
my favorite movie.
Hot Fuzz. I haven't seen it. I mean, I'm familiar. I know it exists, but
Jennifer doesn't like movies either.
No, it was set 4 years earlier. She's disgusted by it.
Right.
The level of absurdity in that movie is so high.
Which that probably ruined her for fiction. That's probably what happened.
That's it.
I can't suspend my disbelief.
Problem.
She probably doesn't even like pro wrestling.
On that note,
all right.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
This has been it's been super fun. Appreciate you taking the time.
We're always grateful for people making time, but you had to make weird time because of the time change. So especially thank you for that.
Yep.
And reminder, if you want to know more about the Ellisons, what they're doing, how you can maybe be a part of it, keep up with what you can be praying for them, that kind of thing. Comment, send an email. Captain Ron will get you the information, and you'll be up to speed.
Yeah, all right. To the dozens, thanks. We will we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Episode 59 BC.